Christina and I are checking out the Missouri Game Convention. Missouri Game Con is, as the title describes, a video game convention. It's on the smaller side, but hey, it looks like there's a lot of great vendors here. This convention was very close to home, so it was very easy to make the decision to drive down here to check it out. Plus, several of my friends are here as guests, including my buddy Pat the NES Punk and Norm the Gaming Historian. So I'm here to hang out with my friends and maybe do a little toy hunting at the same time. And yes, I understand I'm at a game convention, but you know what? There are always toys hidden inside of conventions like this. So let's walk around and see what I can find. Now, since I also collect retro video games right alongside toys, I love coming to conventions like this. I don't always want to buy things, but I do appreciate looking at things while I'm here at the show. And I always love looking at all of these more rare Super Nintendo games specifically. I love the Super Nintendo, but there's no doubt that it's a harder system to collect for because so many of the very good games are really expensive at conventions like this. Oh, hey, check it out! A stack of TurboGrafx games. It's not very often I run into Hue cards like this out in the wild, even at conventions. There's a nice little stack of loose ones here, and there's even some in their jewel cases, but unfortunately they are pretty much all common sports games. There was nothing really interesting or unique in this little stack. Video game manuals. Now this is something I always love to run into at shows. So many of us that bought these games as kids didn't really keep the boxes or the manuals, so picking up little manuals like this to help complete your games is always really cool. And there was a pretty neat selection of Game Boy and Game Boy Advance manuals here, so I had fun digging through and just seeing what I can find in the stacks.
I think I have this.
You do.
This is the map that came with.
I think you do, don't you?
I'm almost positive I have that.
Ooh, I love that game.
It's a good one. This is all our manuals.
The pictures?
Yeah. Well, and I like the little pictures they draw for like the power-ups and stuff.
Aha, here we go. A random toy hidden amongst video games. And this is a pretty special one. I'm interested.
And I think it's a bootleg too. So they did officially licensed bendy figures. And I'm pretty sure somebody took the mold of the bendy figure and turned it into an articulated action figure. Because there's no copyright information anywhere on these. So I'm pretty positive it's a bootleg. And I've seen them pop up at a couple toy shows. I've only seen this one other time at a toy show. I've never...
Welp, you know how much the dealer wanted for this little figure? $250. He knew exactly what he had, so sadly, I will not be leaving with this Battletoad today. But now we've really stumbled upon all of the toys that are hidden within the show. Here's a couple bins on the floor that are filled with Masters of the Universe, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Thundercats, lots of cool stuff like that, all in individual baggies.
What is it?
It's bootleg Power Engine. Knockoff toy. Sword shell. 6. The sword and the cloth. Movie Splinter. Rambo. Plant Champ.
Here we go, a table filled with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toys. And hey, the dealer selling these recognized me and said he was a fan of my videos. So that's pretty awesome. He had a really great, complete sewer home playset here that he actually had me inspect to make sure it was complete, but it was really great looking, so hopefully somebody took this away from the show because it was a really, really nice piece. But he had a lot of great little figures and accessories here as well. Ah, that is a soft head Raphael. You guys familiar with the soft head? Let me explain briefly. See, when the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line first launched back in '88, that first wave of figures of Mikey, Raph, Leo, Donnie, Shredder, Bebop, Rocksteady, Splinter all came with softer rubber heads. After that initial release, they switched to the harder plastic. So the soft heads are a little harder to come by than the hard heads. At this point, it felt like I just started running into all kinds of people who enjoy my videos, and I always love that. It's really great to meet people face to face that enjoy the videos that I produce. So the day was going really well, I was finding some cool toys, I was meeting a lot of cool people, and it was about this time that my buddy Pat hollered at me and called me over to a table.
Got the strap. Look at that. Hey, the book's in there too. A little,
I might have to do this.
Look, this is the paper. The paper is always some of my favorite things to find in these old sets. Look at these kids. Some rad kids right there.
They're excited about finding that new toy, I tell you.
I had this hat right here. I had that.
You had the hat?
I had the hat.
Yeah, was there a sensor on that, or you just wore the hat?
Yeah, no, there's a sensor on the top of it. See, and it's got the little colored lights on there.
Even a cheaper sensor? Those like the ones that you would go into the place to pay to get in.
Yeah, totally. Because my neighbor. Oh, and I had this vest. I had that vest and that hat.
You can buy the hat on eBay for $16.
My neighbor had the helmet, and then he also had like the big white bazooka ones. Do you remember the big white blasters?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's like the spread blaster.
Yeah. So he used to kick my butt all the time. Seriously, we used to like run around the neighborhood, like at night. Like all the kids in the neighborhood would have these, and we'd run
Okay,
around.
Mr. Rich Kid, I live in the neighborhood. All the kids had them. No one on my block.
I live
had
here in the
one.
Midwest. Dude.
No
You
one
were in
had
Jersey, right? When you were a kid.
No one had photon. Actually, I think only one rich kid had photon.
I haven't even held one of these since I was.
I think I want mine. Can you give me this? Can you feel the sensor, maybe? I think I want the box. To be honest. Or you want that? We can go in the halvesies or whatever.
Half of it stays at your house, half of it stays ours.
No, I don't want this one. I want the sensor.
You just want that?
Yeah, I don't want that. Because the boxes. Is that a 9-volt or like 4 double A's?
This was 6 double A's.
It lasted like an hour and a half, probably.
Double A's went into this, and then the 9.
Are you going to do a dance too? Let's see. Okay, do the dance. Okay, $30. It's worth $5 to see you
I just did a
dance.
dance.
On video. He didn't dance. You didn't dance though.
That's half price on that. I'm only getting 33% off this thing, half off that. You are.
You're like Pixel Dan Andre. This is like.
It's your childhood, Dan.
I know.
Then you go online and buy the vest and the bazooka.
Go on by the best.
The hat's on eBay right now. The hat's on eBay. It's not that much. You can wear the whole thing. You can get your son into it.
Even if it doesn't work, you can wear the whole thing.
Yeah, that's exactly what I had right there. I had that hat.
Okay, Mr. Rich Kid, we get it. We get it. You had it all. I did it. We get
It was
it.
like 1 year.
Yeah, sure you did. Sure.
All right, I'll do it like that.
Put it in the room, put some dry ice on the floor.
I gotta get a 20. Look at her. She's like, great. He told me how he was done buying things. Thank you.
All right, Dave.
So I bought it. I got the laser tag set. I couldn't help it. The nostalgia was overwhelming. Pat was a little bit of a help in pushing me in that direction, but I don't regret it. I'm really glad I picked up this set. So along with the amazing laser tag set that I picked up, I also picked up that soft head Raphael I showed you earlier, including one set of the weapons that were still attached to the sprue that came with the original Ninja Turtles action figures, and my one video game purchase from the day was a copy of Kamen no Ninja Hanamaru for the Famicom, which, if you don't know, is the original release of the game that eventually became Yo-Noid in the United States. All in all, I had a lot of fun. I didn't get a huge haul, but that's okay. It was a really great show, a lot of cool things to look at, and some really great company with hanging out with my friends. I think I'll definitely be checking out Missouri Game Con again in the future.